This is ASS Breaking News.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Brock Jurgensen, reporting live from ASS News Studios. This week, we have had a number of different stories during Women's History Month that we'd like to commemorate by actually defining what a woman is. Of course, we are trying to find a biologist, and we just so happen to stumble upon one, Dr. Phil Anaus. Dr. Phil? Dr. Anaus?
Hello.
Welcome, sir.
Hi.
Welcome.
And it's pronounced Anas. Anus.
Dr. Phil
Anus.
Anus.
Yes.
Dr. Phil Anus, thank you so much for joining us. Sir, can you explain to us?
Happy to be here.
We're so glad to have you because this has been a point of contention. We're in the middle of March, the middle of Women's History Month. And yes, absolutely nobody knows how to define what a woman is.
Right.
What is a woman?
And that's kind of concerning to me that we're having a problem, especially with all the scientific research that we've been putting in and day out to define what a woman is. And what I've done here today is actually prepared a few clips and presentation for everybody on what we've been studying, how we've been studying what a woman is, and how we've come to the definition of what a woman is. And I'd like to share that with you guys today, if that's okay.
I would love to see this, Dr. Anaus.
All right. So this first segment right here took us a few years to compile. Some people's lives were put in danger in order for us to get this scientific research, and you can see here it's very specific to what a woman is. The woman has a very hard time understanding space.
What is the woman doing? What is the woman doing?
So as you can see, the woman is just being a nuisance to the rest of the world. They have no spatial recognition. They have no real respect for other people's space within this world, and they have a very hard time navigating as well, and just being fucking normal when it comes to being in shared spaces.
So when you say, so how can we determine amongst of this sample that we're looking at right here, who exactly is a woman? I see there's a woman trying to emerge from that particular white.
Excuse me. No, that's an entity within a woman. This job you see right here of parking, and it almost going out of park mode. That's what a woman is. The person taking the stuff out of the car, that's just an entity. The real woman is this parking job you see right here.
Interesting.
And as you can see right here, the entity spits on the other car that had nothing to do with anything. And here is another great example of what a woman is.
What is this that we're seeing?
So we're seeing pretty much the same thing that we saw before, but here we get to see it in a different angle. So here in the scientific community, we want to make sure we get as much data as possible. And we do it from all different ways of life, different angles, different scenarios, because we can have a fixed experiment, or we can go ahead and put a little bit of variables in it so we can have a better understanding. This is how you go through the scientific method. So this is how it's exactly what you learned in school. We just go through it step by step in real life. And it's not just what we've found is women are not just these entities that have no understanding of spatial recognition or any care of society around them. What we've seen is they are also sustenance bringers.
Oh wow! I was not prepared for this. Yes, they come in
different varieties, and they're also sustenance bringers. And what's really interesting about women themselves is that they come in all different varieties and to the liking of any person that's out there. So, for instance, if you like, they go well with all sorts of condiments. As you can see, you can go ham and tomato, and you can go with
Oh wow.
lettuce,
And
you can go with mayo. You can go with mustard, or you can also go and make yourself some waffles with maple syrup.
Wow. So is that the woman right there?
This is a woman. This is a woman. Yes. And they go and they do different things, and they make different things for different people depending on how well they like it. And again, this is sustenance bringers. They bring you nutrients. And another great thing about women, this is a little bit more of an extensive research. It took us a very long time to get this done. And you can see it here, the main type of woman.
What am I looking at here?
Exactly. And the main thing of what a woman is right here. They're here to make sure your environment is clean, that you have the utensils to go with your sandwiches. They do it. So yes, they do. They have a certain way of them that is a hindrance to society. But as you can see with these 2 points, they're actually bringing a little bit more to the table than just their bad parking.
And they're bringing more to the table, both literally and figuratively.
Exactly right. And they come in all shapes and sizes, colors, varieties, different ways you can pack them and, stuff them. Some of them can take a lot more load than others. Some people can't take as much in the load. And one thing that technology has really helped with is to show us this next video. And it makes me tear up every time, because this is life-changing. With technology as it is now, we get to see the insides of a woman function. Amazing. Look at this miracle right here. This right here is biology at work.
Amazing.
It's amazing. You get to see how well they clean for you. I mean, it always tears me up a little bit seeing this video. And technology today and science today is what allowed us to see this and what a woman is. So I hope for everybody watching ASS News that I've been able to show you what we've done in the scientific community and how we've been able to define a woman.
Dr. Anaus, I have to say this is life-changing research. The fact that you could make a woman so wet just by watching the miracle that is a woman right here. I mean, I'm about to cream my jeans right here.
I can't blame you. I mean, I did twice when I first saw this.
Well, before we let you go, Dr. Anus, my last question to you is, when in the realm of women, does that include Candace?
Candace? Who's Candace?
And now's the time when things are shifting. There's gonna be a new world order out there.
And there is such great significance to the passage of time when we think about a day in the life of our children.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition?
Yeah.
I can't.
You can?
Not in
Okay.
this context.
So
I'm not a biologist.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
What's going on, the BBs? I'm Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Mujahed Kobbe.
And we're the Habibi Bros. Welcome to another episode of Habibi Power Hour. Live to you on Rumble. And also hit us up on locals, habibibros.com. Wait, no. HabibiBros.locals.com.
It's locals.habibibros.com.
But no, it's HabibiBros.locals.com.
Oh, is it? I always thought it was the locals.theaccount.com. I don't have to wear these.
Yeah,
anymore.
you're obviously, Jay. What's currently working in your head? I'm not even gonna say it because we're gonna get canceled right away.
I think we're going to get canceled for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, even before
inshallah. Well, welcome, Habibis. Hope you're all having a wonderful week. It is the final week of Women's History Month. Wait, what's that? Hold up, what's that? Oh, there's still one more week to define what a woman is?
and I'm doing wonderful. I got some drinks going. It's been a long week, and it's only Wednesday. And honestly, I've learned a lot. I've learned what a woman is.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned what a woman is not.
What is a woman not?
A good driver.
There we go. So before we continue, Habibis, Jay says they don't let me near the dishwasher pods anymore. This is precisely why they only let women do this type of job. Right.
Absolutely. It has to be a woman because they biologically they can digest pods properly and clean the dishes for you. We do it, we just get bad gas.
Absolutely. And plus we usually blow up the house. I mean, and that really
usually
doesn't have any relation to us being Muslim, but of course, yes. Nick says a woman is not interested in Siraj. Well, now that we can't define what a woman is, it's Jay.
It's what you've been waiting for, homie.
This is a beautiful day because now since we can't define what women are, now my days as an incel are finally nearing its end.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. This is all by the will of Allah.
All by the will of Allah. Wow, Kate Hyatt is currently on Rumble, saying Siraj messes up the URL, corrects himself. Jay, oh really? I thought it was blank. Siraj, wow, you are so stupid for not knowing the URL. I'm still working on getting StreamYard and Rumble integrated. So one day we're gonna get.
You got this, Habibi. I think if anyone can do it, it's proved that it's not going to be you. We're so fucked. No.
Yeah. Let's read this from Frostbite. It says, early this semester, I wrote an anal assist on one of Siraj's past articles. In one paragraph, I had to strongly defend his credibility. All that goes down the drain if my professor ever decides to Google him and see any of these opening sequences. Well, Frostbite, congratulations for getting a 69 on your paper, which is honestly the nicest score. So what are we drinking today?
That's considered an A+ now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, 69 is the nicest grade you could get, an automatic A++.
No, absolutely. Frostbite, just identify as a black person. Make sure to do that. That's A+.
Or Hispanic, but never Asian. If you identify as Asian or Pakistani, you will basically be sent to Gitmo and deported.
If you identify as Asian or Pakistani, so if you identify as Asian or Asian.
Wait, what?
Pakistan is Asia.
Wait, we are?
That's why you got small dick. Science. You can't deny science, bro. You can't deny science. Science has been here all the time.
Jay, for once, I would love it if someone could just define what a man is. And if we were not defined by...
not us, not me. Who would have thought?
Why can't we be defined? How do you define a man?
Tom Brady.
Pinnacle man.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds, Idris Elba.
Mhm. O.J. Simpson.
Are we? Oh, we define a man. I'm sorry. I thought you asked what I had a wet dream about last night. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Shit. I apologize, guys.
Guilty about that.
Guilty. Oh man, you played
You
me
didn't hear
so
anything
well.
about
I can't. No,
you
I was
didn't
just
hear
joking.
you didn't hear anything about O.J. Simpson stabbing me last night. Essentially.
Oh, you got to be careful with the gay with the gayness, bro, because
Wait, oh yeah, I'm in Florida. I can't say that.
you're in Florida. Got to be careful with
That's right.
the gayness.
The 10th planet says definition of a woman wearing a fruity button shirt during HPH. Well, this is a Americana shirt. You don't want me to wear a shirt? Okay, fine.
They did.
I got you.
Thank you.
Oh,
thank you, the 10th planet. Thank you very much for that.
And you guys made this bed yourselves. I'm sorry.
God damn it.
I'm sorry. This is your fault.
Shit.
By the way, I think my wife finally discovered that I take my shirt off during the Habibi Power Hour because Amanda Milius, who is a good friend, basically outed me. And I just have to say, Amanda, you are forever banned from joining Habibi Power Hour.
Until you really want to join us next week. If you
Until
do,
you want to
Amanda,
join us,
hit me up. It's okay. I know people who know people, but you're banned for now.
Banned,
now you
yes.
made me take off my shirt, and I didn't want to take off my shirt because I'm getting ready to go tanning, so I shaved.
Wait,
so
you
can
shaved?
see
Oh,
I'm
whoa!
bare.
Oh my God! Jay, hold on. Let's get a good look at this. Let's get a good look at this. Look at that. Here, stand up. Let's see that. Oh yeah. Look. I love how you still have Phil
I'm
Enos.
so white.
Jay, how are you whiter than me right now?
I haven't been going to the beach at all. Like, I feel really horrible that I haven't been going to the beach. I mean, look how orange my nipples are. Very, very orange.
Orange tit bad.
Fun fact. Your nipples and your asshole are the same color. You don't believe me? DM me right now. DM me your nipples and your asshole. Everybody DM me right now.
Let me get a photo of my ass.
Dude, I already know the color of your asshole. Like,
oh yeah, that's true.
You know the color of your asshole for a very long
time. I thought we only did it in the dark though, Jay.
Oh, that's what you thought.
That's true too. Probably got a flashlight or probably put on a miner's helmet. You know, a construction helmet. Right?
Yeah. And dug right in. Like a fucking mole rat.
Baby says Emily, oh, let Siraj take his shirt off on HPH and get it out of his system. Then I don't have to see it later. All right, let's get to some news. So this week has been the confirmation hearing of Ketanji Brown Jackson. I'm gonna screw that up because every single racist
Democrat.
Every single racist has been butchering her name, and that includes basically everyone. Ketanji Brown Jackson. I've actually had an easier time with her name than Jay has with every single white person name.
Right? Yes, like her last name is Jackson.
I keep, you know, what's probably, you know, you ever watch Chappelle Show?
I have.
Remember the beginning of the second season? They did the instead of Samuel Adams, it's Samuel Jackson's.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just can't help but think of Ketanji Brown Jackson yelling in a Samuel L. Jackson voice, Ketanji Brown Jackson.
It's so good. It's so good.
I just can't. So she has been under the gun on Capitol Hill, and a lot of things have basically been, I mean, look, we pretty much know that Ketanji Brown Jackson is going to be confirmed to the Supreme Court, being Biden's first pick to the Supreme Court after basically forcing Stephen Breyer to retire. And there haven't been many moments that really stood out as ones that are troublesome if you
Right.
really oppose this nomination. You know, for all intents and purposes, this is kind of a, you know, standard Supreme Court confirmation hearing. However, Jay, and this is something I've been very, very insulted by as a man, because I feel for women. This is women erasure, okay? This is women erasure. No, not definition of what a woman is, but the fact that Ketanji Brown Jackson has yet to be accused of sexual assault and rape.
Right. Or even her motherhood questioned.
Or faith.
Or like
but
why she does she have kids? I don't know if she has kids, but like why would she have black kids?
Why the hell would she have black kids, Jay?
This has to be questioned. And also
is Ketanji Brown Jackson having black kids to not look racist?
That's almost exactly what it is. And if you don't know, Jesse Kelly came out saying that he was raped by her.
Whoa.
Jesse Kelly.
Wow.
And so was some other people. They announced it on Twitter. They all did. They all announced that they've been raped. This is her being.
Is the FBI going to look into this?
It's her being credibly accused of rape.
Wow. And the fact that they're not bringing this up, this is why we'll never have equality.
That's exactly why we're not going to have equality.
Terrible. Now here's Senator Marshall. This is Marshall Blackburn asking Ketanji Brown Jackson a very simple question.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in this context.
So
I'm not a biologist.
The meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Sorry, I was going to stop playing it because I thought there was a tag at the end, but then it turned out that there was actually nothing.
Not trying to be a boomer, you still manage to be a boomer.
I know, right?
These are the talents and goals in life people wish they had.
It's obviously a shame, really. But Jay, how is it possible that a Supreme Court nominee, someone who is going to be judging cases on the highest court in the land, cannot answer the question of what is a woman and defers to saying, I'm not a biologist? How have we gotten to this fucking point?
Honestly, I think it's the infection of CRT in a lot of people's minds and how it's been infected, and it's like a cultist ideology almost. So it's almost.
You really think CRT has anything to do with it, though?
I do. I really do. For her to say that she can't define a woman, then how is she going to go ahead as a lawyer or as a fucking judge? Go ahead and preside on different cases pertaining to women's rights. When
that
it came
is a good point, but I think like the CRT thing is separate.
No, it is a little separate, but they're going to change the language. You're going to see it happen here in a little bit. And when they talk about reproduction rights, women is not going to be in there anymore. No. They're not. It's going to be persons with cervixes or uteruses or whatever the fuck, birthing people. And you're going to see people like fucking Jackson going and using this language just so they can just adhere to CRT ideology. And it's very easy. If they asked her to define a woman, all she had to be is like Siraj Hashmi. Done. Over. That's all she had to do. Or at least just say me. I'm a woman. Done. What is she going to do again? What is she going to say after that? Other than Siraj Hashmi. There's nothing. There's nothing more. It's over. Prison Mitch, I wish she would have just asked, do you consider yourself a woman? Well, I mean, that gives her an out, of course, because people can identify with whatever they want. You know what I mean? I mean, the only other way that it can happen that you get labels put onto you is when people are in delusion like Siraj Hashmi of not being a woman.
Jay, if I was a woman, would I be able to go bare chested this way?
Yeah, have you seen other Indian and Pakistani women in that part of Asia? I don't know.
You bring up a fair argument, sir. You bring up a
yes.
fair argument.
Yes.
Eveline says the Habibi Power Hour is starting to look more and more like the beginning of a softcore gay porn.
Stay tuned for our announcement for OnlyFans, and you go ahead and see that for yourself.
And apparently, 10th Planet thinks I'm rocking the B cup right now. So,
it's a modest A. Let's not get ahead of yourself.
Master Thief says yes, but you'd have to move from Rumble to OnlyFans, and that's going to be impossible to do.
We can't do that now. Absolutely not. We can't do that now. And I mean, what other thing? Like, keep it on Jackson for a little bit. Like, what I really like, what's really like bothering me a lot is that these fucking people, the journalists, the blue checks, and even the Democrats have the audacity to pretend that what the Republicans are doing. I mean, even if they are stupid questions, and some of them can be very stupid questions, that's fine. That it's anywhere near the level that Democrats went after Barrett or Kavanaugh. It's not even the same fucking atmosphere whatsoever. And I think people are deluding themselves and wanting to be delusional about it because they want to pretend like anything that happens to their people or them or whatever is the worst thing to ever happen to mankind whatsoever. And the way that Kavanaugh was treated, and I think what this is going to do is like reignite a lot of people's passion and flame over seeing how they treated Kavanaugh.
It's actually amazing how dug in people get during a court fight. If there was ever a time to really get energized, nothing energizes like a court fight. And what we're seeing right now is, I guess, a diet version of that, simply because, we fully remember what happened to Brett Kavanaugh. We remember what happened to Amy Coney Barrett, although it was kind of a modicum of what happened to Kavanaugh. What happened to Kavanaugh was sincerely the worst. But people very well remember what happened to Clarence Thomas. And there have been movies, documentaries made about Clarence Thomas and how now the current president, Joe Biden, when he was chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee, stalled a black man that would have been the first conservative black man to be on the Supreme Court. And it would have been one of those things where you have to question, is Joe Biden really a racist? Well, if you watch the hearing, which I didn't because I was maybe like 4 years old and had to watch basically everything else. Although, Jay, I think you watched it, right? Live?
Yeah.
Clarence Thomas?
Absolutely. Clarence Thomas? I was right there. I was right there. I was one of.
Didn't Mary force you to watch it? When she was a big lip, right?
She was a huge lip. She forced me to watch it, and she was cheering on Biden. Like, we had "Go Biden, go!"
Yeah.
Don't put this black person on the court. Go Biden, go! Don't allow black people on the court. Go Biden, go! So, and this is not the first time he's been, attacking black people or being in front of a black person succeeding in a certain area or progressing within their own lives and professional careers. He also
stole a black woman from getting on the court as well. And I'm not exactly sure which circuit it was, but it was a Bush nominee. And look, I don't know how Joe Biden keeps getting passes for this. All they do is talk about how much ice cream he's gobbling down his gourd, essentially.
100%. The reason why is because the media, the people in the media, for the majority of it, when it comes to Washington Post fact-checking dick facers or CNN fucking Daniel Dales or Jake Tapers or Brian Stelters or fucking Maggie Halberman, whatever the fucks, These guys are actual fucking donkeys. They're donkeys that are given directives and they go with their blinders on and looking for one thing only. They don't look for these. I mean, if Trump had an off recording and they jumped on it like it was the holy grail of shit. If Trump was in Biden's shoes right now and he had a video out there berating black people from succeeding in their careers and stuff, and also being with segregationists and calling them great fellows and buddies and all this type of shit, we wouldn't hear the end of it for 4 fucking years of his presidency. And we didn't when we saw that video.
Carl Ferris says Biden didn't attack a black man. Clarence Thomas didn't vote for Biden, so he ain't black man. Touche, Carl. No one can really say it better than that. Over on Rumble, Malo Balo Esquire says Supreme Kangaroo Court Justice nominee supports light sentences for potato files and cannot define women, and that's women spelled WOMYN. Strong pick from Giuseppe Biden, and then
Giuseppe Biden.
Malo Bolo Esquire follows up by saying, "This is haram. I unsubbed."
It's all haram.
All haram. Anthony Anderson says the Biden rule: if the lefties throw a fit, you can't acquit. Essentially,
100%. I like that. If the lefties throw a fit, you can't acquit.
Can't acquit. So we'll see what happens in the rest of the Ketanji Brown Jackson hearings, but I will say there are definitely things that have stuck out as concerning, and we're actually probably going to dive more into it on our next episode, the premium episode, which we're going to be doing live tomorrow night. That's Thursday, March 24th at 9 p.m. East on Locals. So if you actually if you already subbed to our Locals, great. If you don't and you actually want to just test it out, stick around, hit up our Habibi Discord server. We're going to be giving out a promo code for a free trial for you, and we will be sending that out after the show. So stay tuned for that. Now, this is sort of an effort that Jay and I are undertaking to sort of get away from Patreon, because Patreon, as you all know, has been kind of shady as of recent. Sydney Watson, who we went on with, who invited us on to You Are Here in Dallas on the Blaze back in February, Patreon just banned her outright.
And there was another one at Patreon who had like around 4,000 Patreons and stuff. And they do it very vaguely. They just say hate speech. They don't tell you what the episode is. They don't tell you what the post was. They just say hate speech, and then they take you off. And some people and some creators, like, that's their whole livelihood. The one creator was making $4,000 to $5,000 a month on it. And that's all he was doing. They just took him out outright, just gone.
So sub to us at patreon.com/. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Oh, hold on. Yeah, no,
so we're just trying to preemptively strike against that and move down to Locals full time.
So Habibi Bros .locals.com. I'll put it up. But stay tuned. Also, I mean, in the description of the video, that's going to be where you can get a promo code and check it out. If you like it, great. If not, no big deal. We're going to be doing a lot more premium content on there because Jay and I are boomers, and honestly, we're just a bit lazy. But moving on, I mean, Clarence Thomas, we just talked about
tomorrow, so that should be a fun episode. Also, our very first test run on Locals. You don't want to miss it. You really don't.
I mean, if you do miss it, I mean, like, we don't blame you. It's us, but you don't want to miss it. So, Jocelyn says, "Can we convert our remaining subscription time at Patreon over to Locals?" So if you signed up for a whole year, come hit us up, because there'll be ways to get out of that, and we can offer refunds to your remaining months, and then you could get that free trial on Locals. So don't worry. We are not interested in just like basically taking all your money. We actually do care about the Habibis. We want to have some paywall content to give us a little safety from big tech and getting canceled. So Polio says you're going to be clothed in locals, right? Actually, we're going to be fully unclothed on locals.
No. You gotta sub to find out. You gotta see.
Yeah.
You gotta tease them a little bit. You gotta be
Gotta
like,
tease
I
'em.
don't know. You gotta sub to find out. But yeah,
Nate
we'll probably be
Beebe,
naked.
Nate Beebe says, if people subscribe on locals, will you also be promising postcards that you'll never mail? That is not true. I will absolutely mail them. I can't tell you that.
No, my favorite thing about this guy's Habibi. The beginning of this, he's like, they were supposed to be Christmas postcards, and then he's like, you know what, they're going to be New Year postcards, and then he's like, you know what's going to be really funny if I send New Year postcards during Easter, and then Easter is going to be passing. He's not even going to be posting that shit. So like, you're probably going to get Valentine posters that say Happy New Year 2021 on them in the year 2028, if we're lucky.
Baby says anyone who prepaid for a year of content with these two deserves to be scammed.
Oh, that's a fatality on Josh's.
Oh,
that is what is it? A Jew on Jew hate crime right there.
Yeah, seriously. Trevor Frederick says their OnlyFans is the only one where we pay money for them to keep their clothes on. Oh man. Also, I just have to obviously address a few things because I know that the show has been different in the last like month. We've tried different things, we've been experimenting, and I've heard from the Habibis directly that you don't like that shit. So we are going to try. And it has nothing to do with the fact that Jay and I are shirtless, but everything to do with the format. So we're going to try to keep it loose. We're going to try to keep it fun, engaging. We'll talk about the news, but, we'll just talk about like life and bullshit in general, things that, are on your mind. And,
right.
While we have like a set agenda and we do like produce the show in some way, shape, or form, we don't want it to be overproduced because, it's not natural. So
and our agenda is Sharia.
Absolutely. Shirtless Sharia.
Shirtless Sharia.
I actually should probably coin that as a phrase and put that on a t-shirt. Shirtless Sharia.
Shirtless Sharia.
But that would make no, it would have to be shirtless Sharia because the only way that will work is if I cut holes around the nipples so that
No. I know what we can do. We can do like an outline of you and me shirtless and put that on the shirt, and then it's shirtless Sharia.
Love it. I love it. So yeah, we got to be rubbing the nips. I mean, we got to do it.
I also cut my nipple like
of course you fucking did.
It tingles from time to time, and I really like it.
Frostbite says, are you currently planning a different piece of merchandise before getting out your last piece? And then Janice simply asks, why though?
Because why not?
Why not? Exactly. Polio also says this show has an agenda. I know, right? And then obviously it's shirtless Sharia. That's basically the agenda. So Clarence Thomas still in the hospital with flu-like symptoms. We haven't really gotten an update on him. I guess no news is better than, I guess no news is good news. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It seems interesting. Honestly, seems fascinating to me that he would be hospitalized for flu-like symptoms, not COVID. And the libs just can't help but be filled with hopium right now. And that is a word that has been used online to describe how liberals feel about Clarence Thomas potentially dying. Amazing, obviously, considering how they pretend to be like taking the high road. And just this last list, if you saw it, many of the candidates basically got on the list for basically cheering on Clarence Thomas's death. Jay, what the fuck's going on?
Dude, it's just them being able to show us time in and time again that they are never the people who take the high road. They never were. they never were the people who claimed that they take the high road. They were always the people who would go, like stab you in the back, stab you, twist it, go dirty, kick you in the balls. Like, this is the game that they've always fucking played ever since like politics was a fucking thing. Always. And they pretend like, oh, we never go hard. Oh, look at the way that they're treating Jackson, asking her questions about how she ruled. Oh my God, we don't go hard, as they went and lied about
this
Kavanaugh,
is them saying,
and they
oh,
lied
we
about
don't.
Clarence.
These are Democrats saying we don't go hard. Okay. Democrats saying they don't go hard.
And that's them. Every time they see a person of color
time.
trying to succeed in the world, that's them right there. And they're going hard to make sure it doesn't happen.
We
Really?
don't go hard. We don't go hard.
It's
Sorry.
Absolutely.
That was actually kind of soft.
Yeah, that's a little flubby. That's a little flubby.
It's like pushing rope, Jay. Pushing rope.
Pushing rope.
Pushing rope.
You know what's better than pushing rope up an asshole?
Mm-hmm.
Beads. Beads are very, very fun to push up an asshole.
Oh, interesting. So, in that effect, look, and then I don't know if I should put on a shirt for this, because I'm gonna announce something that is more on the somber side. I'm going to just put on a shirt for this part. Maybe just.
What is it?
Just for. Well,
I don't know if it's worth putting a shirt on or not.
It might be slightly worth it. Here, let's do this. We'll do that. Okay. We'll just cover the nips. A little bit. Okay. We'll just cover nips. Okay. Because we could be. Madeleine Albright, the first woman Secretary of State, passed away today at the age of 84. And you know what I didn't do, Jay? As much as I don't like Madeleine Albright, I didn't dance on her grave.
Oh, true.
How strong am I, Jay? How strong am I?
You are pretty strong, sir.
I know. Let's make Madeleine Albright's death about me and how strong I am.
Yes. You are the strong one. Look at you. Not even dancing on it, not even saying a bad word about her.
I said nothing. I said nothing bad about her. I pray for her.
You did say she was the first woman.
And oh yeah, shit, that's right. Oh fuck, I'm gonna get canceled now.
It's a little much, dude. It's a little much.
Damn.
You almost had it.
Yes.
But you had to stick that in there. You had to stuff it right in.
Coming off again.
You had to pump it 1, 2, 3 too many times, sir. Too many times.
Harris Villain says, I leave the room for 30 seconds to walk back into Siraj playing with his loaf. I know, right? Maddie Heinrichsen says, RIP to Madeleine Albright. Jan says, we're sure she was a woman. Danielle C says, how do you know she was a woman? You're not a biologist, to Bubba's despair. Speaking of Bubba's despair, can I tell you something fascinating, Jay?
Tell me, sir.
I'm both very proud, and also this just solidifies the brand of me being me. My sister matched to her top residency in psychiatry at Boston University and will be going there this July to train as a psychiatrist. Mashallah.
That is Allahu Akbar. Wait a minute. You got a sister?
I do. Do you want to become my brother-in-law?
You know how well I eat your ass? No, I'm just playing. No, but
two.
She got hello. He was there. Just saying, Mujahed Kobbe congratulates you. You know what that means.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Jay, I mean, if you really, look, you did a really good job converting your mother. But she is by far she's the leftist, like the progressive leftist of the family. So,
Oh, really? More so than your mom.
more so than anyone in my family.
Wow,
But she's the one. She's the one who gets me the most because she, at least understands how horrible the Democratic Party is.
which is great, which is fantastic. It's awesome.
And you know what's really sad? You know what's sad, Jay, is I had to ask my sister. I was like, "Is it okay if like I post a photo of you and me, of like me and you, just like to congratulate you because you know I have a lot of people who probably will try to propose to you." And the first thing I get is, "Jay, I don't even post a photo." And you're like, Faye Beebe says, "Jay, does your sister look like you?"
Well, number one, does she? Number two, she's a doctor. Number three, she's an Asian. Like, I'm only human, Siraj. I'm only fucking human.
Jay. If you want Habibi Power Hour to end, just tell me.
No, I don't. But just do me a favor. show her the very first cold open here, and let's see if I have a shot. If I have a chance.
Test it out. You got to send your best
water. And let her know that this was all my idea and everything. And let's see what she says.
Okay. Well, we'll see what she says.
Fair game that way.
No, I mean, I'm very proud of her, but obviously I'm more proud of the fact that I can continue to be the family disappointment that, you know, my brother's in law school at GW. My sister's a fashion designer. Her husband, my brother-in-law, is leaving as CEO of Kickstarter to basically help my sister grow her fashion business. And my younger sister is going to graduate from medical school and become a psychiatrist. And here I am, shirtless on a fucking podcast, drinking, talking about the news, and eating ass.
Honestly, like parents dream that they have a disappointment like that in order to love the other siblings more. So they can understand what it is that they
Interestingly enough, he is at the same school that Spencer is. Spencer, get in here.
Same school.
People are wondering where you are.
Hi.
Yeah. First Blake By, who should resign, says, "Where's Spencer?" And then Maddie Heinrich says, "Where's Spencer?" And then Maddie Heinrichson says, "Jinx Blake," which means that Blake has to resign. So while we bring Spencer in here, have you run into my brother while he's going to law school?
No, because I didn't know you had a brother here, to be honest.
Fuck you, you're fired. So anyways, now that we've gotten him off of our chest, Jay, GW, known as Get Wasted University, according to Lego Man. There was another big story that happened this past week. It literally happened the day after we went live last week, and I have to do this because Hakirat, he basically wishes this into existence. He says Pakistani accent, and I have to go full Pakistani accent until he gives me the go-ahead to go back to Siraj mode. But
you know what's really funny when you do the Pakistani accent, when you do the Punjabi accent? I
Uh-huh.
really get a craving for chai halib.
Oh, mashallah, beta. That is so good to hear.
It's so good. Chai halib is
it is
fantastic.
Good. It is good. So what I have to tell you is this story here happening. Before we go into the story, Bartolome Esteban Morillo. It is Morillo.
Murillo.
Okay, so he says, why psychiatry, Siraj? It is because she talked to me and she says, holy shit, Siraj, he is absolute retard. I must go into psychiatry so I can kick people like Siraj.
That's how hard it is to be your brother or
It
sister?
is. Daniel C says, anyone else getting a little echo from Siraj? It is because Jay is not wearing headphones. He is being bastard guy.
Is it really?
It is most definitely this, sir.
I don't think so.
It is most definitely this, sir.
I don't think so. I don't think that's
It
the case.
is most, sir. Put on fucking
Excuse
headphones,
me.
sir.
Excuse me, Habibi. I don't think it's the case. Here, I'll put
It
on the
is.
headphones.
Oh, mashallah, beta. Okay, so now you don't get echo.
So
Then
no
you have to-
echo?
There is no echo anymore, sir.
Oh, there is no echo. Okay, because I didn't change them. I didn't change the input.
You
I got,
bastard guy. You
I
bastard
got
guy.
you.
You
I
bastard
got
guy.
you, sir.
Bastard guy. Maddie Heinrichsen says, wait, did we just get Spencer in trouble with Faye? I hope so.
I hope so.
Okay, so big story of week that has already been swept under the rug, sir. It is Hunter Biden's laptop, sir. Hunter Biden's laptop, sir. Okay, we all know that Hunter Biden had laptop, and we all know he put basically hardcore porn on it and crack pipe smoking and basically all the shit that you never put on a laptop, because what happens if you lose that laptop or you give it to someone in the Delaware repair shop? And somehow, sir, New York Times, they come here, they say Justice Department, they're opening an inquiry on Hunter Biden, his unpaid tax bill. But apparently, Hunter Biden, according to New York Times, he pays his tax bill. But the broad federal investigation continues. So, what is most interesting? It continues, sir. And most interesting thing about this, sir, I have to tell you, is the fact that at the very lead, okay, you come here and you basically see here down near bottom, it says this laptop here in Delaware. This where is it? Delaware. Delaware. Where is it? I can't find it, sir. Oh, here we go. Let me zoom in here. Zoom in here for you, sir. People familiar with the investigation said prosecutors had examined emails between Mr. Biden, Mr. Archer, Devon Archer, and others about Burisma and other foreign business activity. Those emails were obtained by New York Times from cache of files that appears to have come from a laptop abandoned by Mr. Biden in Delaware repair shop. The email and others in cache were authenticated by people familiar with them and with the investigation. So, sir, at this time, we have to assume that everything that we are being told, Jay, is a lie until it gets proven to be true. Sir, everything coming from right-wing outlets, sir, like New York Post, things that are damaging to Democrats, we have to assume, sir, assume they are true. Almost assume, sir. What say you, Jay?
I mean, the real story here, the biggest story is the fact that the New York Post article was factual. They posted it and it was taken down by Twitter. It was condemned by left-wing journalists and media outlets. And when I say left-wing, I mean like CNN, New York Times, Washington Post. New York Times was one of the first to state that this is like very dodgy and blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. And then NPR tweeted out an article saying why they're not going to go over it. And then
they specifically said we're not gonna waste any time on it. They call it fucking Russian disinformation.
They did, and that was a Democrat talking point from day one. And it's very funny to see them now. They still spew Democrat talking points, like the bill in Florida, don't say gay. All the media is just parroting Democrat talking points when it comes to that. And that's how they do it. And here they said, we don't want to waste our time on stories that are not really stories. And we don't want to waste the listeners and readers' time on stories that are pure distractions. This is absolute horseshit, bullshit. And this is the real story that needs to be talked about, is how people in the media, journalists, were totally okay with Twitter censoring a factual story because it made their side look bad, and the guy that they're voting for look bad as well. You had Jake Tapers like, what's the big deal? All they got to do is take down the story.
I don't fuck with Jake Taper anymore, man. I used to like at least give him the benefit of the doubt, but man, that dude's a fucking fraud, man. He's just disappointed me left or right.
Well, it's because he is a fucking fraud. And the same thing with Brian Stelter. Brian Stelter came out and said anyone leading their story, when this broke with the New York Times, he said anyone leading with the laptop is discrediting themselves as journalists. And what happened? That motherfucker didn't even mention it in his newsletter. He didn't even mention it in his newsletter because he's a fucking coward. He's a piece of shit, and he's not a real journalist. None of these people are. They're all political activists.
They're all activists.
They all are. Journalists.
You know who the biggest political activist is? You know who the biggest political activist is?
Tell me, Habibi. Tell me.
Blake Bide, who's now on Rumble under Bide Guy 2009, saying, "Yes, hi, LOL. I figured I'd hop on Rumble instead of YouTube." Wow.
Just another place for him to resign.
Just another place for him to resign. But you know, I am kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I wish we did an episode last Thursday on the day that basically it was discovered or announced by the New York Times in their story that they were confirming the existence of this laptop that everybody said within the corporate press and the corporate media and the establishment, saying that this was Russian disinformation, this is a hoax. I wish we did a show then so that we could really give our raw, unfiltered thoughts like we normally do, because all of this is just absolute fucking bullshit. This whole idea, Jay, about like election interference and how they constantly stamp out, they punish people for even questioning the legitimacy of the election in 2020, yet they constantly question the legitimacy of the election in 2016. And you've constantly had this trickle of stories coming out from basically this ballot harvesting to just fucking Hunter Biden's laptop to everything relating to COVID to everything relating to fucking the 2020, riots during the summer after George Floyd. It just everything about it. How do you not question your own sanity and wonder if any of this shit is intentional? Because all of it definitely feels like it is.
It is.
It's so hard to feel like this isn't intentional. And I know we're entering like conspiracy theory territory, but I have to say all of this, and we're just putting out data points, Jay. This is real talk. We are just putting out data points. And we are just trying to connect the dots here because things are just too fucking weird. I always feel like I'm in a movie.
Oh,
that's how weird. That's how weird I feel like everything is going on right now. And while I give Amanda Millie a shit just because we talked about it earlier, she went on You Are Here with Elijah Schaefer and Sydney Watson, who we really should try to get on the Habibi Power Hour because they're cool people.
Right.
Even though Amanda Millis is fucking banned and never allowed to be on the show.
Unless she calls. Amanda, call me. She wants to be on good. Yes.
But I have to say, she said it best on You Are Here when she was on last week. She said, I feel like now is the time where I'm in the dystopia movie. And she's not alone. I think there are so many people who feel like they're in the dystopian movie right now. And while, all of us feel like the protagonists are on our own story, we're not, and we're right to feel that way.
Right.
I feel like it's more important to realize that we're all not alone in thinking this.
No, you're not. And nobody is, because especially people who have their fingers on the pulse, who are seeing things happen in real time, who are actually seeing news as it unfolds. And then they see the lies the absolute straight faces, people like Brian Stelter, Oliver Darcy, fucking Maggie Herberman, whatever the fuck you want to say their names are, the straight faces they have to go out there and fucking lie to you and lie to the American people and try to make it fact and push it like it is fact, like it is real, like this is the truth, no matter what. But it isn't. It isn't. And it's not really a conspiracy theory. Now we're seeing more and more reports coming out about Zucker. And it's only about him and Andrew Cuomo and the woman he was eating her ass while married and all that kind of bullshit. They were there. Executives were texting each other. We're talking to each other. They were saying, this is how we should produce the news. This is how we should portray the news. This is the way we want to do it. That's not a conspiracy theory. We've known, and we know this is how they conduct themselves in the media landscape. And now Zucker is out of a job, and I hope we see more and more stuff happen.
Throw that back up, Spencer. Throw that back up. Faye Beebe says, "I'd like to be in the movie right now where the characters wear shirts." We're coming up on the hour mark of Habibi Power Hour. We're going to get to our favorite segment on which you can ask all of your questions. It's our we're not doing it just yet. We got one more story to talk about. But it's our favorite segment, Ask Us Anything. So go ahead and prep your questions. But Spencer hits us up in the private chat. He says, fun fact, I'm good family friends with this brother's friend. Spencer, who the fuck are you talking about?
Jake Tapper's brother. I forget his name.
Oh, okay.
I'm good family friends with his best friend.
I was friends with Jake Tapper until he didn't like one of my tweets and then basically unfollowed me. So that was fun.
Well, you were friends with a lot of people, and then
Yeah.
I could come up with a good analogy, but I just don't.
Get the fuck out of here, Spencer. So before we go into our favorite segment, and that is Ask Us Anything, this latest, inflation's so bad, Jay. It's just killing. They talk about how like net neutrality is killing people. Like this shit can actually kill motherfuckers, and that is this article and this tweet. And Spencer, you pull up this Bloomberg tweet because it just drives me up the fucking wall. This made the list, but you got to look at this ratio. And once he gets this up, you'll understand why it's just so bad. And honestly, when you think about how it's coming from Bloomberg of all publications, and Bloomberg Opinion tweets out, inflation stings most if you earn less than $300,000. Here's how to deal. Number 1, take the bus. 2, don't buy in bulk. 3, try lentils instead of meat. 4, nobody said this would be fun. Jay,
it's so fucking hilarious. It's so fucking hilarious. It's so fucking, because it's like if you earn less than 300,000, so you're talking about like 98% of the fucking population, because it's like the top 1% make 400,000 or more a year. So you're talking about 98% of people. It's like
Teddy Sheckler says net neutrality killed my father and raped my mother.
You poor thing.
Bro, I know exactly what he's quoting though. He's quoting like a very old Family Guy episode. It's such a great callback because there was the episode centered around like Peter Griffin somehow getting elected or giving a speech before Congress saying that cigarettes should be banned, and one of the people in the audience says, cigarettes killed my father and raped my mother. Shivan says this has to be an early contender for a worst tweet of the year. And honestly,
I think it should be.
It didn't even make number 1 this past week, but it's one of those things.
My God.
Dude, you were there. You were there for it.
I know. This like a tweet like this is so tone deaf, but it's exactly how like the elites and people and journalists are trying to play this inflation and trying to play and brush off like the real struggles people are making. It's like, you're paying a lot in gas. Go get an electric car, you fuck.
Yeah,
it's
fucking peasant.
Fuck you guys. Just drop everything and go get an electric car. You're a mother of 5. You need a van. I don't give a fuck. Go drop 120K on a fucking Model X.
ASOP 369 says Siraj once again instantly recognizing a 20-year-old joke. That's longer than 20 years old, but I can recognize a 20-year-old joke. Habibi says inflation is so bad that Siraj really owes us 2 postcards at this point. Honestly, with the amount of postcards that I have, Habibi, that's probably what's going to happen at this point. As Habibi agrees with 100%, essentially. So now we got to get to our favorite segment, and I only have about 10 minutes more left because Emily will leave me. Like, she will absolutely leave me. So Habibis, go ahead, ask us anything across all platforms that we're currently streaming on. We're on Rumble. That's our home. But we are on other platforms as well that we can't name because fuck those platforms. But they pay us, so no, that's like a 3/4, maybe 7/8 of the way. Fuck. Oh yeah. Sorry.
Shit. Go get Earn. Fuck. Maddie Hinrichsen. So we go to the butcher and order a whole cow and a pig. That's the smart way to buy in bulk if you can. And we live in the boonies, so we have no buses and can't bike 30 miles one way to work in the winter. Well, what you can do, Maddie, is go ahead and drop 60K on an electric car. Why don't you love the earth? You hate the earth. Bye, guy. 2009 over on Rumble. Can we put our shirts on? My mother might be watching the stream. Oh, your mother's going to be watching a lot more than just the stream later on tonight, sir.
There he is.
That is sure. That is for sure.
Ernie just had a bully stick in his mouth, so he is smelling extra bull penisy right now.
Janice, Jay, Mary Lynette told me to ask if you can drive a stick shift. Yes, I can. Thank you. And fuck you guys. Ban my mom. No, I can. I mean, she's talking about like when I was 12 years old and I first got into a fucking manual car. I drove it over a what's it called? Over a curb and almost ran over a few Indians in the UAE. But I mean, it's nothing to go home about. It was only attempted murder. And over on to Rumble, we got odds from Anon Sidious. Odds of Titty Tassel's next episode.
If you send us some,
I will do it. Well, I don't know what that is.
What
is it? What's a titty tassel? Oh, is it the?
I think you could. I think
you put the round things and you go.
Yep.
And then they go.
Faye BB says, Siraj Jay, can you send out a message to Patreon about to switch to locals money wise? Otherwise, I'll forget. Absolutely, Habibi. That was the original plan, and then I wanted to announce. Jay was like, announce it tonight on Habibi Power Hour, first. And then we'll send out the message because we don't want you guys to get billed for April. So we'd rather do it before the end of the month, So, also happy early birthday to Daniel Collins, who is turning 69 years old. Happy birthday, Dan. Whitmer. Dan Whitmer Collins. His birthday tomorrow. And to celebrate your birthday, I'm going to take my shirt off for you.
Do it.
He was trying to do a stream, Jay. He was trying to do a stream tomorrow. We're doing our premium episode tomorrow, so it might be, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Daniel decides to do. But Habit Prime says, not a question, but Jay's committing fraud with his fucking bracket.
Dude, literally, I did it blind. I did it fucking blind. But now that Auburn is kicked out, I don't think I'm gonna win it. But I was going strong for a long time, for sure.
Yeah. Toaster Bath Soak says, do you think there will be immediate political panic for bunkers? Most Cold War bunkers in major cities are either storage or closed off. I don't know. I thought doomsday preppers were vindicated after the what's it called? When the Texas freeze happened last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
They're vindicated a little bit over there for sure.
Yeah, vindicated for sure. Andrew Foreman says, Siraj, how many banana hammocks do you? Not enough. There will never be a number where I say I have enough banana hammocks. I also, what is it? Everything is a banana hammock when your penis is less than 1 inch. So, yeah. So, Daniel Collins says, Daniel, not Whitmer, Pizza Collins. I think he's gonna somehow gain the label of Daniel Whitmer.
Yeah,
we have another he's probably Jay. He's not gonna be just Daniel Whitmer. He's gonna be other Daniel Whitmer.
Yes.
Daniel Whitmer too.
Daniel other Whitmer.
Other Daniel Whitmer. Nate Clem says, with states banning trans women from playing in men's sports and the likelihood that those laws will be challenged at the Supreme Court, shouldn't the justice know what the definition of a woman is? Nate Clem, thank you. How hard is it to define what a woman is?
And next time somebody asks that question, send them this cold open. Send it to them so they know definitely what a fucking
they will learn what a woman is. So,
absolutely. And
Daniel
honestly,
Collins says, I'm not from Michigan, you dicks. Too bad, you're from Michigan anyways. Mary Lynette says, Janice, he couldn't drive stick shift. I was driving during his college years. I have to see it to believe it. He so wants to ban me. Oh,
Mom, nobody even understands what the fuck you're trying to say. All right.
Oh, before we forget, Blake, who is absolutely going to resign on Rumble. First of all, Blake says, Bye Guy 2009 says, I'm not resigning. Says, Bye Guy. What are we drinking tonight, Habibis? I had an Angel's Envy.
Angel's Envy. I finished it and I had some.
And then he also asked, also, Siraj, did you give Sydney Watson my number yet or what? Bye, Blake, buddy. You have maybe a chance. I'm not, I can't rule you out, honestly. I'll help you out. I'll see what I can do. But if you do end up hitting it off with her and you guys get married, I got dibs on the first child's name. You have to name your first child Siraj. There's just no end. There's no reach around it. Okay, right?
You
Jay?
can reach around me anytime you want.
There's no reach around it. You can't reach around it.
You can reach around me.
Yeah.
Anytime and every time.
Yeah. Anytime. So as we start to wrap up here, get your last bit of questions in here before we go for the evening. Of course, tomorrow night we have our first ever Locals exclusive. We're going to be sending out a message in just a few on our Patreon, on the Habibi Bros Discord server for you to get your promo code. You get a free trial. Just test it out. If you don't like it, no harm, no foul, but at least test it out. See if you like it. Okay.
Yes,
plus, we think it's imperative, so we've had Habibis who have been so generous with their time and so generous with their money, and we wish there was more that we could do. So the least that we could do is put you on another fucking platform. Right, Jay?
Hell yeah. That's the way we do it. Why Locals? So you can get our raw, unfiltered thoughts on issues. Because you deserve it, Habibis. You deserve our raw, unfiltered thoughts. You deserve it.
Absolutely. Essential.
100%.
And so, Jay, do we have anything else? Spencer, get in here. Do we have anything else? Did we miss anything?
Nope. You got everything. Everything for today. But tune in tomorrow because stream.
Nice little background you got there. That neon light. That's really happening.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah. So, as always, before we go, Jay, great show tonight. Thank you so much. Beautiful. So, if anybody's wondering,
it was great.
That idea for the cold open was all him, and it was the funniest shit I had ever heard. I gotta give you props for that, man. That was
Habibi.
too funny.
That
Too
was a
funny.
good one. I think we
Yeah.
did a great job in that one.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. Maddie asks, how's the new job going? I'm busy. As you can tell, I'm not tweeting that much. So. Rose Starbucks says, does that mean no more tinfoil hats? No, tinfoil hats are still around. We just didn't have that many conspiracy theories tonight. So,
right.
I'm glad
but we still got them.
So.
I mean,
we still got them. Yeah. It's still got them.
Here's one for you guys. You want a tinfoil hat moment? Here it is. The reason why China is closing down their ports for the B2A variant is because they want to put fear back into the American people, and the media is going to completely comply with it because they're dumb as shit, and they're going to hurt the supply lines all over again because that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is.
Can't deny it. You can't deny it, Jay. Can't deny it, Jay. Josh, she says, what's up with the crawl message? It says, breaking news, Blake has resigned after being caught in scandal state. I actually didn't notice that until just now. Good job. Good job, Spencer. Well done. You deserve a raise, but you're not going to get it because you're fucking fired.
Nope, because you're fired. See you later.
And Bartolome says, Jay and Siraj, our relationship goals. Okay, Habibis, that's been it for us. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight on the Habibi Power Hour. For the Habibi Bros, I'm Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Mujahed Kobbe.
Don't forget to hit us up on our locals channel, habibibros.locals.com. Also, if you are on our Patreon and you are on our Discord server, there will be a promo code coming shortly for our very first local stream. Stay tuned for that. Love y'all. Have a good night. Peace, Masalama.